Steve does not know what I'm about to tell you, even though you know it, and you're probably watching this in the minutes and hours after the trade deadline. The Vegas Golden Knights have acquired.
No, they haven't. With
Sidney
what?
Crosby.
With what?
They have. And in fact, they need to add this player to LTIR in order to fit him.
Wait. They're acquiring a player.
They sent down Morelli and Fraze today. They had $7 million in cap space remaining on LTIR, and this player makes more than that. So they'll have to put them on LTIR they'll have to fit them in, and then it's crazy.
Who the hell was available making more than that?
They may have to do something with Howden, Carrier, or Martinez in order to do this. Well, LTIR. There's so much going on. Can you guess the player? It makes more than 7, so you know it's a big player.
Who
Center.
on any of the rebuilding to center? I have no idea.
Tomas Hertl
Oh.
is a Vegas Golden Knight. Now, if you're going to lose sleep over that, might I recommend Buy Optimizer's Sleep Breakthrough? Listen, every time that your team really does not come through, unless you're a Vegas Golden Knights fan, every time your team doesn't come through at the trade deadline, you lose a little sleep. Not anymore with Sleep Breakthrough. Here's the thing with Sleep Breakthrough. It's a natural formula. You don't have to worry about dependency or downregulation or that sleep hangover feeling that you get when you use other supplements to try to get to sleep. This one is all natural. And hey, you wake up refreshed, which is kind of the entire point. We highly, highly, highly recommend using Sleep Breakthrough. Give it a try. It's a game changer. Visit buyoptimizers.com/dangle and use that promo code DANGLE to save just 10% during checkout. Now, the Vegas Golden Knights, they need about 10% of LTIR space before they can fit Tomas Hertl on. But it is happening. It is confirmed. So when we had originally recorded this video, which was right after the news came out, we were unsure about what picks were headed where, and it has to do with a Darren Drager tweet that was deleted and then reposted, and then
Corrected.
There were 2 third-round picks, and we thought... What?
A tweet that was very clearly copy and pasted from a Vegas Golden Knights executive.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Okay. So here's what it is. The Golden Knights are sending a 2025 first-round pick and forward David Edstrom, who apparently is a really good prospect, to the Sharks, while third-round picks in 25 and 27 head back to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Drager adds that the Sharks will retain 17% of Tomas Hertl's salary, bringing his cap hit to $6.75 million. The trade originally broken by the Bob father, Bob McKenzie.
It's in the video, I talked about how, hey, you know what? Sharks got like some decent return here, but like Vegas obviously killed it. Vegas with an absolute...
They got 2 more picks.
Yeah, this changes it a little bit.
Axe murder.
Yeah.
How do they... Mike Stevens with one of the tweets of the day, at the end of the regular season, the Vegas Golden Knights had the opportunity to activate $17 million worth of salary from LTIR, and they got picks for it.
Yeah.
Is he including like Robin Letter in that?
That's
stuff?
crazy.
Who cares?
I guess.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Unbelievable. Anyway, let's get to the video. David Edstrom, which was the first round pick of Vegas in 2023.
They just took him, right?
Yeah. Dude, they hate their own first round pick.
Hertl at 6.75, so that might help the LTIR situation.
18%?
17%. Very good, Jesse. They also got, San Jose also gets a third in 2025 and a third in 2027. And I think this is good for let's start with the San Jose angle here. I think this is good for San Jose because they did get a first, but he's already picked, and they already had a chance to look at him, and they obviously like him.
So wait, it was the first they just picked?
Yeah.
So it was 32nd.
Yes.
I like that.
I like them.
They got 2 first round picks.
Here, help me out. Does Hertl have an expiring deal?
No, he's still signed through. Do you have?
Oh my God, they got a discounted Tomas Hertl going forward.
No, but he signed for like 8 years. He signed until 2030, right? He signed after this season. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more seasons.
They gave up the dude they picked 32nd and 2/3 for a discounted quality player
and another first in 2025.
Oh, and another first.
Yes.
So it's 2 firsts and 2/3.
Yes. And
it's still tidy business for Vegas. That it is good for the Sharks.
I really like it for the Sharks because you get out from this deal. It's the same philosophy with Erik Karlsson. You don't want this long contract sitting through your entire rebuild. You want to have the room on your roster for the young players. You don't want that eating up your salary cap, even though it's going to eat up part of it because it's 18, what did we say, 17% retained?
Yes.
So it's going to be
about 1.25.
It's going to be there for 6 seasons, but it's not $8.1 million that Hertl was making.
I also want to say,
it.
I don't think there's any team in the league that will have retained so little salary for so long when you consider Hertl and Erik Karlsson. Those are long contracts, and they're just little bits of money that are going to come off the books. But the San Jose Sharks are in it for the long haul with this teardown. It's going to be a long, long go. And Frank,
that's the truth.
That is the truth. So here's what you get, though, is you're building a window, and the window starts with somebody who is 18 years old this year in likely, hopefully for their sake, Celebrini. Now, if you end up with Celebrini, you got a 2023 first from last year, right? Because that's what Edstrom is.
Yes.
So
you're talking about the Sharks.
Yeah, so you're building these guys together.
Wow.
You want to keep these guys within a 5-year window of each other so they can grow together. That's the whole point.
Of course.
So that's a good start for San Jose. Now, let's talk about Vegas.
Let's do the other side.
Let's talk about the fact that this team, okay, if your team, and I'm a Leafs fan, and this is what they use as an excuse all the time. Oh, the cap. The cap
Everyone
is so
does.
hard.
Everyone does.
The cap is so hard. And look,
Is that what
you look at Noah Hannafin and Tomas Hertl. Noah Hannafin, I believe, plus an extension. Did we not get an extension on Hannafin?
No.
No, not yet.
Not officially.
No.
Okay,
No.
but
I think that'll happen.
they're working on one. Noah Hannafin at $1.237 million because he's double retained.
Oh my God.
And Tomas Hertl, who's also retained. This is going to be crazy. Vegas going into the playoffs. Don't let your team lie to you and tell you that they can't get something done. If he wanted to, he would. It's a rule in dating, and it's a rule in hockey general managers as well. Is it not?
And he's huge. The Vegas Golden Knights acquire Vegas Golden Knights.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. They could have. They're going to go into the playoffs, the biggest team again. Who did they lose from the last run? Riley Smith?
Yeah, that's it.
Mm-hmm.
So you're assuming everyone gets healthy in time for the playoffs, which they might be lucky enough to pull off.
Uh-huh.
They will be subtracting Riley Smith and adding Anthony Mantha and Tomas Hertl.
Yes.
So this
Holy.
report comes from Elliot Friedman. Hertl, by the way, is expected to return in the regular season.
Wow.
Well,
Not
is
anymore.
Game 82 the regular season?
Yes, but that's so everybody complaining about it is because they're saying he's going to stay on LTIR until the playoffs, and then they're going to cheat with the cap. If he comes back within the regular season, then you have to fit him within the salary cap where the salary cap counts.
Speaking
it's
of
not.
cap, excuse me while I put on my Mike Harrington cap.
Mhm.
Expected by whom? Maybe the Sharks expected him back in the regular season. Vegas,
Yeah.
Although,
You got to get him into the lineup
Yeah,
a little
you
bit.
do.
Yeah,
He's
that's
new on the
why-
team.
what the hell are they doing?
There's I don't like the narrative of let's get mad at Vegas for cap circumvention and all that nonsense.
I fully respect it.
Your team can do this and they choose not to.
Yes.
That is the thing. The Arizona Coyotes right now are choosing to not field a real roster.
No.
And they want all of this LTIR space so they can just meet the cap floor. The Vegas Golden Knights are choosing to live above the cap ceiling. And that's the right of every single National Hockey League team. You should credit them for being creative and going for it all the time. They just drafted this guy and he's gone. Their first round picks this year and next year, gone because they're trying to win again and again and again. So don't get mad at them for that. Also, the NHL is keeping tabs on these things.
Yeah,
The NHL doesn't like this. So if you think they're skirting the rules and the NHL just like, la-di-da, that's our expansion team, let them go to do whatever. No, Gary doesn't like this and they're checking it. So if Hertl's going to be ready before game 1 of the playoffs, he better be in the lineup or there's going to be some sort of penalty coming down from the NHL.
There's a greater than 0% chance the trade just completely gets vetoed. It could happen. It could have. They announced Dodonov, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we traded this guy and da-da-da, and then all of a sudden it didn't happen. Now, completely different circumstances. Here's what I want to know, and Cap Friendly, if they're fully up to date, would have this math. After the Vegas Golden Knights won the Stanley Cup last year, Bill Foley, probably to the dismay of Gary Bettman, went on a show, I don't remember which one, and he said,
Steve Dangle podcast.
Steve Dangle podcast.
Yeah.
I wish. He said, if there was no salary cap, he would spend $135 million.
Mhm.
Are they there? They've got to be close.
They were at 93. They weren't even the highest spending team. Like
no, shut the front door.
The Leafs.
The front and back and side door.
Hertl hasn't been added yet because the trade call is not official, but they're the fourth highest spending team right now. Like the Leafs, it's Leafs, Lightning, Avalanche, Vegas Golden Knights. 97 for the Leafs, 93 for Tampa, 91 for Colorado, 90 for Vegas. So even 90 plus $6 million doesn't surpass the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are currently spending $97 million in projected cap by the end of the year.
And, you know, maybe they're just not doing it as well.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
the thing is, like,
aren't doing it quite as well.
Murray and Muzzin and those guys that were never going to
Klingberg.
Klingberg,
is
yeah.
on that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is like, we're just talking about the strictly numbers. The Leafs are spending that money, and so is Vegas.
Wow. Now,
And we look at Vegas and we say, what a juggernaut. And we look at the Leafs and we say, you know what? Boston's going to be tough.
this week, Hertl, Hannafin, and Mantha added to that Vegas lineup.
Get out of here. And they've been not good.
Yeah, they
They've been not
needed an injection.
Well, I think what's important to note is like they're in a wild card spot right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're in a wild card spot.
Mhm.
So all these injuries, all this LTIR shenanigans comes at a cost. Like it might come at the cost of home ice.
Mm-hmm.
And is that a risk that Vegas is willing to take? And what I would say to that is it's not a risk, it's just reality. They're doing their best with reality. Is there maybe a bit of gaming going on here? Possibly, but like we're talking about guys getting like surgery, a Stone, I don't remember if it was last year or the year before, had mid-season surgery.
He had a lacerated spleen.
The lacerated
this-
spleen
this
this year. Like
year.
that is I talked about it on the show. That injury put a buddy of mine out of hockey. Like it's a very
Yes.
serious injury
And-
with serious implications if the injury's bad enough.
You called it shenanigans, but it's not shenanigans because they're legitimate injuries.
It's
like the
finagling?
the first time Stone was out in 2022, he was out with a back injury, his first back surgery.
Yes.
And they missed the playoffs, and he returned with 9 games to go to try and get them into the playoffs, and they couldn't do it. And then last season, he has the second back surgery, and then this year, it's another lacerated spleen. They don't want, in a perfect world, they're just healthy and dominating.
And
Yeah.
to try to get into the playoffs 2 years ago, Jack Eichel played with a broken thumb for a long
Yes.
time.
Yes.
And then
That
they come
did
back
happen.
the next year and they win the friggin' cup.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now here they are. They added Barbashev. We're like, there's no way they can keep Barbashev. They kept Barbashev.
Mhm.
There's no way they can add Hannafin. They added Hannafin.
They
no way
kept
can...
Barbashev at the expense of Riley Smith, who they kind of swapped contracts with.
Who gives a damn? Like, who gives? That's a dude well onto the wrong side of 30 for a huge kid in his prime who's now got his second
But-
cup, and he let you know it in the cup picture.
That is what Vegas does, though.
Mhm.
They're able to say, yeah, hey, you've been really great here. Bye.
Well,
They have no loyalty, and it's working for them.
Yeah,
Well-
they're the best.
you could say no loyalty, and I think there's some truth there, but it's also logic. So
Yes.
let's say they move on from Alec Martinez, which I expect them to. There's another guy who they shouldn't have been able to keep a couple years ago. Let's say they move on from Alec Martinez. That helps them keep Noah Hannafin. What's Noah Hannafin? Noah Hannafin, you could argue, is a younger version of Alec Martinez. What are you doing holding on to that guy when this guy's here?
Mhm.
Why not? Why not?
Alec
Even
Martinez,
if he's a little more expensive.
Alec Martinez, who had to be moved to IR to make room for Noah Hannafin, but let's not talk about that. I kid, but it's a fact of life.
So anyway,
Hertl gives them. I mean, what do they got? Nicholas Waugh,
Nick Waugh,
Chandler
Jack
Stevenson, Jack Eichel, Byron Fraze.
yeah. Oh, what happened with Fraser? Isn't he a part of?
he's down.
They
Or-
sent him down.
Yeah, they
right?
sent him down.
Yeah, he's a part of these moves to make.
No, don't you dare. Don't you dare pull up Twitter. Don't you dare. No, there's something else
We got
that's
another
broken
surprise thing.
and you're not touching it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What were you trying to do? Trying to go through.
I was just trying to look at their depth. Like
Oh.
it's
Oh, that we can pull up.
dude, it's stupendous. It's
Yeah,
absolutely
it's
stupendous.
a murderer's row of great
Now,
players.
but we got to remember they are in the second wild card position. William Karlsson is the center you missed, by the way.
Oh my god!
Eichel, Hertl, Karlsson, Waugh, Fraze. Those are your 5 centers. Damn is
That's
right.
like
Maddie.
Olympic.
Maddie just said damn. Yes. Yes, damn is the right.
And the star of the team,
What?
Michael Amadio.
100%.
Yo.
Third liner, Michael Amadio.
Underratedly, a really shitty Kyle Dubas move.
Well, how many times are we going to say that?
No, do you remember
When
who
we're
he got
looking
for
back
him?
on the last
Do you remember
7
who he got for him?
Who?
No one. He waved him.
There you go.
Oh!
I do want to say that some of those have not aged well.
No.
Now that we have a little hindsight, I'm gonna say most.
Not feeling good about things, huh?
Nah.
Well,
Oh, are you gonna make me feel worse?
What?
maybe. We'll just have to see the next video.